Let's understand more from Amit Jain, co-founder and CEO at Car Dekho. Thanks so much for taking time out. I just wanted to get in a view from you as to how you're looking at, what has been announced of late and what that could potentially mean for the hybrid cars.
So I think that can potentially lead to overly increased sales. I think Toyota and Maruti had been lobbying for rebates with government on this segment for a while. And I personally think it will have to be centrally done, as like we have done for EV. A budget will need to be created if we really need to get this going in a different zone. So I think this is probably not state level. I think it has to be at a probably national level for things to have a significant jump, in my view.
Nice to have you on ET now. It's Nikunj Dalmia. We've got the initial sign from Mahindra and Mahindra and Maruti and Hyundai that discounts has started. Now, this was the first time a auto company is using the word discount. Discount is a function of demand. Discount means sales are down. For a sector which in month of April was telling us there is a long waiting list, now they are giving a discount. So what has changed in 60 days or 90 days?
This is not a 60-90-day phenomenon. This had been, probably going on for a bit. There was a dealer inventory pile-up happening, and now the stocks have gone through the roof for the dealers. Almost 60,000-70,000 cars are lying in dealerships in inventory itself. And when that happens, you start getting cars discounted, and it's across most of the OEMs, across most of the models, barring a few which are still probably not on discounts. But majority of them are actually lying in stock with the dealer, and the production lines are working, producing these cars every moment as we speak, and every manufacturer had expanded the capacity. Parallel to that, the sales have not really, increased. So wholesale, you can see, has probably there been a 1-2% increase over last year, April, May, versus this year. But overall, if you personally ask me, there has not been that retail offtake, and this whole sale has piled up actually at the dealership. And when that happens, you start hearing word discounts, and this probably will continue for a bit till the situation eases off. Maybe till festive season, you'll start seeing different kind of incentives coming along.
Is this a telltale sign that we could be in for a Thanda Diwali, Thanda Dashera? I mean, is this a telltale sign?
I think from a online signal perspective, we see similar signals as last year. So uh, if it's not growing, let's say 8%, you will call it Thanda, then I'm not seeing that 8% delta this year. But it will still grow. I mean, so yes, last year was a strong year, and we're gonna only make the base higher. So there may be 2-3-4% variation on the forecast versus what we'll actually do. But that's what I foresee. So don't see a Thanda Diwali as such. I see a strong momentum on consumer demand as we move in the journey here.
Do you see a pattern emerging between luxury, SUV and sedan, or it's pretty much across the board?
No, SUV has taken over the market like crazy in India. Almost 60% of cars now sold are SUV in the country. And when I see my online search patterns at Car Dekho, almost 65% of searches are in SUV segment, which indicates a very strong consumer bias towards, buying SUV. I personally think that Indian consumer likes to get the maximum value for money. So SUV gives you the largest, biggest space, biggest car for the same price. And a lot more cars have been launched by manufacturers in SUV segment. So clearly SUV is, right there on top in terms of demand. And when I see hatchback is now, in fact, April, May has degrown only in terms of sales. Sedans also have, fallen a bit. Reality is that SUV probably now contributes to the majority, and any manufacturer ignoring this won't be able to survive, because this is the main segment now in India. On the other side, I see a trend which is following. It started with, top 20 cities, and now I see a strong momentum of search from tier 2, tier 3. Almost 50 to 100% rise on the SUV searches itself from smaller cities, depending on which city you're talking about. So I think there is a very strong momentum on SUV cars for sure on our platform as well.
And what is the trend which you're witnessing on the online business which you represent?
Look, from our perspective, when the inventory piles up, there's a lot of demand for leads. So it kind of goes reverse. If the cars are on waiting or are not in stock, then obviously the lead buying goes a little low. We are seeing a strong 20% growth on our leads business this year. And on the advertisement side, you start seeing, manufacturers start advertising more about their discounts, more about their cars and launches. And so we overall are seeing almost 20% growth on both ad side and lead side for us.
In terms of the big picture for autos, if I, let's say, start picking some of your thoughts here and stitching them into a summary, can I say that, look, it is not growing at the auto businesses demand is not growing at historical run rate, but it is still in late double digit, and you don't expect that the slowdown would hit the industry in the foreseeable future?
No, so when you asked me for my business, I was talking about my business in double digits. Having said that, the auto industry has not grown at the extent we would have wanted. It's a 2% growth for April, May, June, maybe 3 at best. It's not growing at 8% that you would want it to grow at in the quarter that we've just seen. It was, and the inventory has also piled up a bit. So when I talk about manufacturer OEM business, it's a different one. And I talk about my business, it's a different one. So I think let's not mix the two. From a manufacturer side, the growth is a little muted this time from car sales.
Second-hand car market, do you see that coming back as desire becomes strong and affordability comes under pressure? Do you think the second-hand market could explode?
Look, what happens in used cars is it follows the new car market in a way, because whatever you sell in new car has to come as an old car after 4 years, and then another cycle after 8, 9 years. So practically, it's a very linked cycle. So typically, used car market grows at almost, let's say, 15% CAGR, for simple reason that the same car will do 2.5 turns before being scrapped. So you'll always find that used car market grows faster for that reason. We see a strong momentum in used car market still. The demand is strong, and we are still far away from the desired ratio of new to used car, basically. Let's say 4 million new cars are selling. Let's say 5 million, 5.5 million used cars are selling. In developed markets, you'll see 1:3 ratio. So for every, like, 4 million cars are there, 12 million cars in use have to be there. So there's yet the car park that needs to be built, because India has sold a lot more cars in the last 5 years. And you'll see this number stabilize and moving up, inching up as you move in the journey. But I see a strong momentum in used car. When discounts start happening on new car, automatically the used car pricing starts to get hit. Because if you can get, let's say, 50,000 discount on a new car, then the used car will see a similar drop on the pricing. So used car is about to face pricing pressure with inventory piling up on the new car side.
All right, thanks so much for taking time out and joining in.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.